Hello everybody, RexTempus, Time Traveler here, coming at you with an episode of Planet Coaster. I had recorded an episode that, was going to show off some stuff, but unfortunately the audio file on that just didn't work. So I'll just kind of talk with you about what I've done in the video, maybe do some new stuff, but I wanted to start here with, here I am in the Wild West area. Every time I come into the game, I have to go around here and replace all of this damage. I understand doing this in the regular career mode where it's people break things, you gotta do it, but when you're playing in Sandbox mode, sorry if my voice went up there. You're kind of I want to create my perfect park. I don't want to have to go in and deal with stuff like this. So you'd think the game would say, oh, okay, we'll just kind of leave everything as it is, but no, almost every time I have to come in, I have to do things like, let me hire the person to work at these stores, because there's almost always empty spots for vendors. There's almost always damage as well, so yeah, that gets a bit frustrating. But I also wanted to show off kind of the train here. I was wondering where is everybody that's supposed to be in my park, and it looks like about 90% of them are right here trying to get on the train. The train, unfortunately, it was broken down at the sci-fi station, so I did hire a mechanic just for the sole purpose of going there and fixing it. He is working on it, right? You are working on it? Maybe he's done working on it. So this train should start moving very soon, I hope. Alright, but the part I really wanted to talk about, I had recorded an episode with Tears of Mingo where we built this. It's kind of like a FairyTale area, which I know, I've been trying, I've called this place Centuries of Fun, and the whole point was supposed to be time travel, and FairyTale isn't technically time travel, but it does sort of represent a little bit of a medieval era, partly with a few other things there. I'll discuss as I go, but yeah, because of this area's location and its size, it actually ended up with two entrances off of the main hub, both of which have these nice little entryways. Yeah, this one, let me see how far back I have to pull this off. Yeah, Tears of Ming and I both kind of decided this reminded us of Hogwarts and Gryffindor Tower, and we both really like Hogwarts. And I thought I'd gotten all of the things for this place, but apparently not. Apparently there's more. Yeah, the game randomly does damage. It's you had hooligans and other things. So yeah, what we started with first was this is kind of I guess not only just a good tip for the game, but also in life. Whenever you are packing something, you always kind of go for putting the biggest thing in first, and that's what I started with here. This whole thing, this whole roller coaster, it's not even a coaster actually, it's go-karts. This whole go-kart track that goes through the castle and all that. This is huge. It's all just one large thing. So we put this in first. You'll notice kind of its proximity to the Wild West land and sort of the dividing line that I made, not only using the spray paints, but also these trees, which I thought kind of broke things up. Plus, look, I have two little mini entryways for between the Wild West land and the FairyTale Kingdom. So, yeah, normally this place is super crowded. I'm kind of proud of this one, by the way. In the Wild West land, look, I put the train track DeLorean on here for Back to the Future, and the train that pushes it. I probably will put something here, maybe, I don't know. Alright, so let's see. No, they're still there. The train hopefully should be coming, though, right? I am getting kind of worried that it's not, but oh well, the game will figure it all out. I wonder if I just closed if everybody would then actually leave and try and go on different things. Oh, get rid of that. Get out of here. Alright, so yeah, like I said, we start with this big castle first, because it's kind of a nice centerpiece. I faced it this way so that you can see it from the tower up there. You'd be riding it, and I'm coming up over, and there it is coming out over the giant castle wall. And then everything else was just kind of filling in the rest. For instance, there's this ride which is called the Elixir Machine. Now, it does, I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little kind of all-American, if you will. But there are some ways that you can change that. Let me go into here. Oh yeah, you can customize it by changing some of the colors. So let's see, what would happen if I change this color? This is the blue. If I made it more of like, say, purple, and maybe I'll make this one a bit pink. Yeah, see, now it's looking, I think, a little bit more magical. And the yellows for the seats. Yellow's not a bad color, but I don't know that it really fits with the other colors. But I'm trying to think what kind of goes with purple and pink. I mean, we could do red, maybe something a little bit lighter. I don't know. But, I mean, you get sort of how this whole thing works. Yeah, that's nice. Kind of a light bluish color. Yeah, there we go. Alright. And apparently you could even change the color that the operators wear, which I've personally never done, but I'm not going to now. Don't see any reason to. Alright, so that's a little tip as far as, you know, how to change something. This one, okay, good. There's a mechanic here on this. This is a ride called the Genie. It's just, you know, one of these old rides here. It's, yeah, see right there. It just kind of goes back and forth as it rotates. Again, I mean, this, yeah, I say, you know, kind of medieval-ish, but it's also fairy-tale-ish, and we all know that, you know, when we're looking at the, you know, Genie and 1,000, was it 1001 Arabian Nights? I mean, that's kind of a fairy tale too. This one, I mean, it has a dragon. I know it's a bit of a sort of Chinese sort of a dragon thing, but I stuck it in here. Or I should say we stuck it in here because, as I said, Tears of Bingo and I had done this together. I really do feel bad that I couldn't show you the original. We also put this, you know, these giant inflatable dragons in. I actually had to extend this line several times because it was just packed all the way out to here. Sorry about the location of that. This is just actually, like, you can go into buildings and you can actually just get little bits of buildings. So, like, let's say we type in FairyTale, and, you know, see, like, you can get a fairy tower, you can get a fairy fancy thatch hut building, or FairyTale hotel. I haven't put any hotels in my park because I just really can't get past how weird it feels, the idea of putting in a hotel inside of a park. Let's see, what else elements have we added. Oh, here's something called the wishing tree. Just something decorative. Again, for these ones, you can go under here. I think this is more of a blueprint, but yeah, you just type in, oh, what was it? I don't know, we'll say tree. And, oh, there's the overgrown spooky tree. Well, you get the idea. It's in there somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. Maybe it was a different category, but, yeah, over here. Now, this is a whole scenery thing where you get, like, the witch's tree, the witch, the cauldron, and the house all kind of put together. Here we have a, what is it? It's a knight pretending to ride a horse. He keeps coming over here to challenge this knight. These are just animatronic things that the game has in there. And these, I think you find under, let's see, is it scenery? And then, yeah, you can do like, oh no, that's not it. Oh wow, now I feel like I just want to show off, like, you know, how you can find this. But, let's see, I think, yeah, fairy, yeah, so you can find, like, oh, see, there's the cauldron, it says one piece. Dragon poo, no, I'm not putting dragon poo anywhere, that's just disgusts me. Like benches parks, you can put these statues around, archways, and see, like here, we have a juggling jester, which I do have, I'll show you there. The jester knight, the knight challenging, the knight guarding, the knight marching. Some of these little bits of these kind of market things. But like if you go into a blueprint and you type in, like, you can get, like, you know, an entire fair, which I put right over here. Just kind of like a way to fill space. For this one, we both agreed that we would put in like autumn trees all around. Just, I don't know. I mean, it just felt a little bit more magical by being a little bit different. Let's see what else we have. Okay, I took out the carousel in the Wild West area because it just seemed more fairy tale-ish. And I also put in the teacup ride, which meant I had to replace it out of here, where I put a completely different ride, the Monte Leon. Okay. See, now lots of people are coming in. You kind of have to play the game for a while in order to really get people like coming in. And look, see how busy this place is already getting. Everybody's like, I'm going there. Let's see. Oh, as long as I'm in the area, I can show you the juggling jester. This little overgrown spooky tree thing it's just a milk place or drink place. So yeah, I put that in here just partly because it adds scenery, and the game really does want you to have like anything people would need like within fairly close distance, so never too far apart. This is actually just a staff building where they come and hang out, but I put it up here. It's a little bit more central to the area, plus I mean, it just kind of fit with sort of the physical look that we were going for. What else? Oh, here's some more food and drinks. I think they leave these ones open because if I wanted to, I could put a path that went down here, and I could go into one of these shops and facilities, do some of the custom ones, and possibly fit something like either here or put like one of those employee station things farther back. No, that's a restaurant. That's the tiniest restaurant. Yeah, staff building, you could probably put it like in the back somewhere so they can walk back there, and that's just my theory. Here we have something called, what is this called? This is the mouse maze, yeah. Because mice often show up in different fairy tales, so we put this ride in. Did require a little bit of like bending the path I was making, and like you have to get in line by going up and over. Here's a little picnic area over here, because I just like to have a few picnic areas kind of here and there. It's probably a little bit too far away. Yeah, there's a toilet from the food areas, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm just doing the best I can with some of this stuff. So, all right. So enough of this sort of looking back stuff. Plus, I think we've kind of talked about everything. Like over here, I actually left a path so I could add something in. Maybe either a walkway or possibly some kind of ride that might fit in here, but I don't really know. It's kind of hard because, I mean, some of them are just too big. I am going to, I think, though, also take and put in some coasters. I did find some that I thought would be perfect for this. So the first one is called the Grendel. Now, Grendel is a character, I believe it, I mean, it is a it's fairy tale or mythology, depending on how you want to look at it, but it is from sort of the, where is it from? It's like, I'll have to look it up. Anyway, yeah, see, I can put it down here and then fit it in. There's also, though, another one. I think it was called something like the Little King. Now, one of these fit perfectly within this space, and the other one required this space over here. So, okay, yeah, I think the Little King needs to be somewhere over here, but, you know, then we can do a nice little walkway to it, and it gives you something to kind of look at while you go on the train track. Now, the other thing, and I've kind of been learning this, unfortunately, the hard way, is that you really got to kind of make sure that everything actually touches the ground, because the game doesn't automatically just try and do that for you. So, that looks pretty good. Place an entrance, I will place that over here. Place an exit, I will do that over here. And then I will make a bridge that will go across. But before I do that, I'll go ahead and add the other ride. And that way I'm just kind of doing like two sets of paths at once, two sets of entrances and exits at once. No, I do not need the Little King. I already have one of those. So let me put this one in. And I mean, not only is this, named after like a mythological epic story character, but I mean, look at the little castle things that we have here. I thought that would also sort of fit with that motif of what we were trying to go for here. So, all right, so now I got to try and figure out the best place to put it so that it all fits in. And with it going by the train track, I thought that would be kind of something neat for the people on the train to actually see. Now I gotta figure out what I'm going to do about this one over here. Do I want them to actually walk up to it? Because there does seem like the castle over there. I mean, you see it actually wants to show stuff off. So I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing to have stairs. And let's see. That seems pretty good. So now we will place our entrance. Again, I'll put it over here. Oh, or I'll put it over here, and I'll put the exit right next to it. Or will it let me? No, I didn't leave enough room. All right, so whatever. You can also come in here and you can be like, you can move it if you want, but I don't know. Like, okay, yeah, there we go. Place the entrance. I think you can do this, and you can say, oh, I want to move it somewhere else. So I can move it over here, then I can move the exit to over there. Alright, so the next thing I have to do is connect up some paths. Now this part should be pretty easy. As always, it's just better to have a bit of a long and windy path. Plus, what I can do is I can actually, like, put something in between, like an environmental element. One of the things they do tell you is like, oh, they love it when, there's, like, if you make the path pretty enough, they will enjoy it. And now, like I said, we can put some scenery in. We can put something like, well, let's again go with that FairyTale idea. The FairyTale Fountain of Youth. I feel like we can do something bigger than that. The dragon whispering scene, and I would, except it contains dragon poop. Here we go, a loot tent. That seems pretty cool. And then, like, we can maybe build some... Oh, wait. Oh, I like this one, actually, a little bit. Oh, we can actually do both because of the amount of room we have. So, let's do this. And if we angle it just right, like, not only do the normal people get to see it, but also the people who are coming on the train. Let's see, what else? Yeah, that's right, we're going to do that. Loot tent. And the market stalls. Yeah, like I said, just kind of this whole little medieval scene. Oh, right. Whoops. I forgot I have to test these. So, let's test them and see how they go. Alright, so as always, it's just more fun to do it while you're like, yeah, here we go. Okay, so we go up and around the tower. Yeah. These bottlehead people still kind of crack me up a little bit, but alright. So we get up. So I guess we don't go into the thing right away, but whee! Oh, okay. Now we go through it. I think we kind of intertwine ourselves a few times. Yeah! And come down here. Woo! And then, oh wow, okay, so we're going to circle around a few times. And circle this way and then come in for a stop. Now, again, this is probably a bit more of a family-friendly ride, but yeah, that's okay. You need some of those as well. And it might be good possibly to put some businesses in there. And now we'll mark as open. So now we come to this one. We ride it, and again, let's get in our ride and go. Alright, so this one seems like it's going to be a little bit more exciting. Not like super heat. What is that? Red smoke. Is that from the dragon ride, I hope? Or maybe, oh, maybe it's just a cloud that's naturally appearing. One of the things I have discovered, as long as we're on this ride, is I was actually trying to go back and fix the one super extreme ride that Tobster and I made that nobody rides. And you really can't put too much one right after the other, or the game just seems to go like, no, this is too much, and I don't want to do all that. So, yeah, you can put in some some hills afterwards, but You don't like head straight into like loop, roll, loop, you know, high drop and all these kinds of things, like one right after the other. You gotta, like, see here, I mean, you have some ups and downs, but it's just a bit more of a straight way. And I mean, they give you all these pieces that you can use. It's just, like I said, you gotta kind of be a little bit smarter. Wow, that looks like you would hit your head on it. Looks like I hit my head on it. Alright, and I guess we can mark this as open. So probably in between the episodes, I'll add a little bit more scenery in here. Probably, you know, I'll have to come in and paint this terrain, because this part is now a little bit more, obviously, in the in this part, the medieval part. So obviously, I mean, we can't have this being brown. So, but okay. Oh wow, yeah, this place is always crazy busy. I had to extend that line as well. And yeah, see what I mean? So, alright, so this again gives you an idea of, like I said, some of the FairyTale fun that we have created. I want to say thank you for watching this particular episode. Next time should be hopefully a little bit more like our usual episodes where somebody comes in and we talk about building a park. Until then, I want to say thank you for watching. Bye!